We're always told that being super sensitive is a weakness, but what if that's completely backward? Today, we're going to explore what happens when an empath stops just soaking up the world's pain and actually awakens to their true power.
You've heard this before, right? It's this whole idea that feeling things deeply makes you fragile. It's the story that paints empaths as these little emotional sponges, just defenselessly soaking up all the negativity flying around. So let's just ask, what if we've been looking at this all wrong? We're gonna dive into the journey of an empath, from being a total magnet for manipulation to becoming a narcissist's absolute worst nightmare. Okay, so first things first, we have to completely redefine our terms. We've got to separate the popular myth of empathy from what it actually is when it becomes a conscious, well-honed skill. On one hand, you've got this common view of empathy as just being soft, a passive state of absorbing pain that, let's be honest, often leads to codependency. But true, developed empathy, that's a whole different ballgame. It's an active, intelligent strength. It's not about just feeling someone's pain. It's about understanding it with enough clarity to make some really smart choices.
When you get right down to it, awakened empathy is a perceptual superpower. Seriously, it's the ability to see the hidden patterns, to cut through all that fog of manipulation, and to grasp what's really going on in pretty much any situation.
But before this big awakening happens, the dynamic is, well, it's very different. The very same qualities that are going to become an empath's greatest strength, at first, they make them the perfect target for narcissistic personalities. Let's break down why. So the unawakened empath is running on deep compassion, but without any boundaries. They see the wound behind someone's awful behavior, and they try to heal it. They give endless second chances, they explain away all the red flags, and they bend over backwards to keep the peace. And that unguarded emotional generosity, well, that's exactly what a narcissist is looking for.
This right here, this is the narcissist's core strategy. They intentionally create confusion to keep their target off balance. Because the second you start doubting your own perception, doubting your own reality, they've gained control of the whole narrative, and of you. And this emotional fog, it isn't just random drama. Oh no, it's a carefully manufactured environment. They use tactics like gaslighting and projection to make the empath doubt their own mind, their own sanity, and that keeps them disoriented and totally dependent.
But, and this is a big but, the state doesn't last forever. For so many empaths, there's a breaking point, a moment, or maybe a bunch of moments, where the price of enabling just gets way too high. And that's the Great Awakening.
Look, this isn't like flipping a light switch. It's a gradual process. It kicks off with finally seeing those repeating cycles of chaos. Then comes that gut-wrenching realization that their empathy is being used against them. That leads them to pull back their energy, not their ability to care, but their 24/7 availability. And finally, they make a choice to stick with the hard truth over a comfortable lie.
And this is a super important distinction. The empath doesn't turn cold or just shut down. They become intentional. Their amazing capacity to feel is now guided by wisdom and self-respect. It turns their sensitivity from a sponge into a finely tuned radar. So once this awakening is in motion, the empath develops a completely new set of tools. They are so done playing by the narcissist's rules. They're making new ones, and these new rules are built on clarity and personal sovereignty. And the very first tool is a totally new understanding of boundaries. They stop thinking of boundaries as these aggressive walls meant to keep people out. Instead, they see them as healthy, essential filters that decide who gets access to their energy, their time, and their heart. It's an act of self-definition, not rejection.
This awakening literally builds a direct defense system. For every single classic manipulative tactic, the empath develops a powerful antidote. Instead of getting sucked into gaslighting, they hold on tight to their own clarity. Instead of being swayed by guilt trips, they practice emotional detachment. They learn to see things like love bombing and blame shifting for what they are, and that just zaps all their power.
Now, this idea of radical responsibility, this might just be the ultimate game changer. It's not about taking the blame, not at all. It's about taking full ownership of your own healing. It means you stop waiting around for the narcissist to apologize or play fair. You learn to regulate your own emotions, and you choose over and over to put your own sanity ahead of some toxic, fake peace. And all of this, every single step, leads to the final stage of this transformation,
where the awakened empath becomes the one thing a narcissist absolutely cannot stand: a clear, undistorted mirror. A narcissist's whole identity is built on a twisted reality they project onto everybody else. The awakened empath simply stops playing along with that illusion. Their calm, grounded presence just becomes a mirror, reflecting reality exactly as it is, not how the narcissist needs it to be. So what does the narcissist see in this new mirror?
Well, they see their own manipulative games for what they are. They see their constant refusal to take any responsibility. And maybe, most terrifying for them, they get a little peek at the inner emptiness they've spent a lifetime running from.
The empath's presence forces them to sit with the results of their own choices. And this is where the power dynamic completely flips. The empath's strength isn't in fighting back or arguing, it's in their stillness. Their calm refusal to be dragged into the chaos is the one thing a manipulator has no defense against. This non-reaction just dismantles their entire toolkit. So that leaves us with one final question. When a system built on pure manipulation crashes into a person who has achieved true emotional sovereignty, the ability to own and manage their own emotional state, which one is really more stable? Which one is built to last? And which one is just destined to collapse under the weight of its own lies?